Following in from our last movement, Swimming Dragon, we practice diagonal flying. Now I'm going to separate this movement into two parts. First will be the upper body part, and second will be the foot movement. So we bring the hands as if we're holding a thin sheet of glass. One hand comes in front of the face whilst the other comes lower down the body, and we just hold this thin sheet of glass. And then we bring the hands down the body, and as we do, we then separate them out to the sides as if diagonal flying, as if sweeping on the angle. And then when one hand sweeps out, it then comes back in front of the face. Then the other hand comes up, sweeps out. That hand comes back in front of the face. So we'll do this with my back turn to give you an idea of how this looks. So my right hand's down, it will come up and it will diagonally sweep out to the right. Then my right hand comes in front of my face, my left hand down. Left hand comes up, diagonally out. My left hand comes back in front of my face. So we just gently get into the rhythm and the coordination of this movement. So you're holding on to a thin sheet of glass and gently just let the hands descend, sweep out onto the diagonal. The bottom hand comes up, sweeps out, then it comes to the top. Bottom hand comes up, sweeps out, then comes back to the top. And we'll just continue to practice this for a moment or two. Good, that's great. So now we're going to focus on the lower half of the movement. So what we do with our legs and feet. We're going to shift weight. Now shifting weight doesn't mean we lean. So I drop down just an inch or two and I sink down into my left leg so my knee is soft. And I turn my right foot out. And now I drop down into my right leg. Turn my left leg out. Bring it back. Rise up a little. Drop down into my left leg. Turn my right foot out, bring it back. Now note your knees. Your knees must always be pointing in the direction of your feet. Don't let them buckle inwards. We sink, drop the weight down into the forward facing leg and allow the other leg just to turn out onto the angle, just a little way. We don't want your foot pointing completely 90 degrees. 45 to 60 degrees is absolutely fine. Drop down, turn the foot out, bring the foot back, rise up, drop down, turn the foot out, bring it back, rise up. So the foot that you're turning out is weightless. You can pivot around the heel as we do this with my back to you. Sink down into my left leg, turn my right foot out, bring my right foot back and I rise a little. Then I'm going to sink down into my right leg, turn my left foot out, bring it back, rise up. And I just continue to practice this. My spine stays straight. I don't put any pressure in my knees. I don't lean into my knees. I just learn how to sink my weight, shift my weight into one leg, and allow my other leg to turn. Sink, turn, back, rise. Sink, turn, back, rise. Sink, turn, back, rise. Good. So now we're going to put the full movement together. We're going to start off with the ending of the previous movement, Swimming Dragon. So we're going to go up and down, up and down. Now the hands will come to the center. They'll turn as if holding onto that piece of glass. Palms separate. I'm going to sink down into my right leg. And as my foot turns out, my arms sweep and turn out at the same time as my feet. I then bring my movement back to the center. I sink down, sweep the other way, bring it back to the center with my foot, sink down, sweep in the opposite direction, and back. Now we look in the direction that we're sweeping to. Back to the center. And again back on. So my left hand's going to come up and out. Back to the center with my left hand to the top. Then I'm going to sink down. Right hand's going to come up and out. My whole body faces forward, down, and out. Gently practicing sinking of your weight, the sweeping of your hands, keeping your knees in the direction of your toes. Don't over open or stretch.